Hello, welcome back to Invincible Asia. I'm George Clark and this is my review of The Wandering Earth. Based on the short story of the same name, which was written almost 2 decades before, The Wandering Earth is a sci-fi epic that challenges even the greatest Hollywood sci-fi movies. Set in the year 2058, the world has finally come together to create the United Earth Government, brought together in a bid to save mankind from the threat of our aging sun, which is getting closer to the point of engulfing the Earth's orbit and ending all life as we know it. To avoid the possible extinction, the UEG create the Wandering Earth project in a bid to shift the planet out of its solar system and into that of the Alpha Centauris. They do this by using a team of highly skilled scientists and astronauts to build a host of enormous fusion-powered engines placed all over the northern hemisphere and equator in order to drive planet Earth to its new destination. Chinese astronaut Liu Pequang oversees the maneuver and helps navigate his home planet away from the burning sun. Following instructions to use Jupiter's gravity to assist them, the UEG soon find some major flaws in their plans as Earth experiences a host of deadly earthquakes and tsunamis caused by a shift in tidal forces due to the gravitational pull. This, in turn, destroys many of the giant engines across the planet. Meanwhile, in the International Space Station, Liu Pequang is challenged by the AI system known as MOS, which has made its own decision to alter plans and leave planet Earth to die, opting to seed a new beginning using Earth's biosphere, while the space station will serve as an ark for any survivors. Reluctant to follow the new plans made by MOS, Liu continues to fight his mission to save his home planet, unaware of the troubles and adventures his young adult son is facing in his absence. I was super excited to see The Wandering Earth get such a wide release on Netflix, and even more excited to finally see this epic movie. While I've always loved Asian cinema, I've always had a soft spot for the science fiction genre, from classic Hollywood and Japanese titles to many of the modern box office hits coming out today. The Wandering Earth is one such title, challenging the very best that Hollywood has to offer with its grand story and stunning visual effects. I can't imagine where I would begin with the challenge of creating such a film. Reading up on production notes, it was interesting to find out how much pre-production went into building the design of it all, taking the story theme of the original book, but going on to flesh it out with more focus on the characters, social aspects, politics, economics, and daily life, as well as an outlook on how the world would be after many years of environmental change. The highly impressive VFX were handled by a number of effects teams and are incredibly impressive when compared to Chinese sci-fi movies such as Shanghai Fortress and even some titles from the West, if I'm to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen a film quite like The Wandering Earth before, with its ambitious approach both in story and in execution. I mean, have we ever seen planet Earth being driven through the solar system before? It's just insane. The film is directed by Frank Guo, who also serves as one of the 8 screenwriters and one of the film's producers, as well as making a cameo of sorts throughout the film. Until The Wandering Earth, I'd never actually heard of Guo, even though he had directed 2 features prior to this, with the first being Lee's Adventure, a sci-fi action movie starring J.C. Chan and Henry Fong, who also produced. Guo followed this up with the rom-com My Old Classmate, with both films obviously making enough of an impression at the box office to land Frank the job of directing this epic. To date, Guo has since went on to direct the equally impressive sequel Wandering Earth 2 and the Chinese war film The Sacrifice, a movie very similar to Battle at Lake Changjin movies, with Wu Jing leading the way once again. Initially hired to show up in only one scene, Frank Guo knew that Jackie Wu Jing was the only major star of the film and started making changes to the script in an attempt to keep him around for longer. But as days turned into months and the production itself went over budget, Guo found himself in the position of having to ask the superstar if he would possibly forfeit his fee. Respecting both the director's proposal and the film itself, Wu Jing agreed to help and went on to invest his own money in the production so they could continue shooting without any more issues. This was a massive bonus for Guo and The Wandering Earth, as Jing had pretty much become China's biggest star due to the success of his career and self-directed, record-breaking box office smash Wolf Warrior 2, which had only come out a year or so before. I've always been a huge fan of Wu Jing's ever since he appeared on the scene way back in Yuen Woo-ping's Tai Chi 2, aka Tai Chi Boxer, back in 1996. With memorable roles quickly following in Drunken Monkey, SPL, Fatal Contact and Invisible Target, along with many more, Wu Jing went on to quickly become one of China's most bankable stars. He impressed as a director with his debut piece Legendary Assassin in 2008, but it would be Wolf Warrior in 2015 that would confirm his strength as a director. That same year we would see him star in the hit film SPL 2, A Time of Consequences, followed by Benny Chan's fantastic Call of Heroes. Since his critically acclaimed Wolf Warrior 2 lit up screens around the world, Wu has led the way in many big-scale Chinese films such as The Battle at Lake Changjin 1 and 2, The Sacrifice, The Climbers, this and its incredible sequel, and even made an appearance in Jackie Chan's 2022 action comedy Ride On. In The Wandering Earth, Wu Jing is joined by a massive Chinese cast from legendary Hong Kong actor, the late Ng Man Tat, who plays grandfather to his son, Li Guangji from films such as Drug War, Line Walker and Shattered Earth, Cloudy Mountain, Li Jiayin from Brotherhood of Blades 2 and Cliff Walker, and Ku Chi-shu, a television actor who plays Jing's son and also appears in Jackie Chan's underrated Iron Mask, The Yin Yang Master and Love Will Tear Us Apart. Coming in as China's 5th highest grossing film of all time and scoring over 30 wins at awards festivals across China and the world, The Wandering Earth is a huge accomplishment on many levels of Chinese cinema and another well-earned notch in the belt of superstar Wu Jing. While martial arts fans may be disappointed somewhat with the lack of kung fu action available, one just has to understand that it's not that kind of movie, but you'll still find plenty of enjoyment from the other action scenes available, most of which are on a pretty grand scale. This is handled by action director Yan Hua, a stable talent of Donnie Yen's crew, having appeared in films such as The Twins Effect, Dragon Tiger Gate, Wu Shao, Special ID, Kung Fu Jungle and Enter the Fat Dragon, most of which he also worked on as one of the action directors. The wonderful score is delivered by Rock Chen, a composer who has been behind titles such as the legendary Amazons, Chinese Zodiac, Running Man, Kung Fu League and Andy Lau's unfortunate film Switch. Brought to life by the busy China Film Company, the same studio behind hits such as Aftershock, Flying Swords of Dragon Gate, Blind Detective, Police Story 2013, The Mermaid, Cloudy Mountain, and The Battle at Lake Changjin, The Wandering Earth deserves a look, if not for its awe-inspiring moments of science fiction, then for its entertainment value and moments of uniqueness that make it a milestone for Chinese sci-fi cinema. And for those of you who have some unanswered questions about the film, be sure to check out its follow-up, Wandering Earth 2, a prequel set many years before the film that could answer most things for you. Overall, massive, visually stunning, and a milestone for Chinese sci-fi cinema, The Wandering Earth is a hugely exciting and an impressive piece of sci-fi action.